SRN News. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Police now say there were at least 3 suspects involved in a food festival shooting near Seattle's Space Needle over the weekend, and that one of them was among those killed in the violence. Food vendor Adam Lombardo came to clean up the day after the deadly shooting at the Bite of Seattle Food Festival.
It's really sad because you think that 3 innocent people aren't getting up with their families, that they had nothing to do with this. They just came to enjoy a food festival with people, with friends, with new friends, and they lost their lives in just what sounds like just bloodshed.
The gunfire erupted around 6 p.m. Sunday during the Bite of Seattle Festival. Police say the shooting may have been gang-related, with 2 groups firing at each other. Mediators have made progress in efforts to bring the United States and Iran back to negotiations and prevent an all-out war in the Middle East. President Trump says Iran asked for more talks with the U.S.
The people said, please don't shoot last night, the night before, 2 nights. Don't do it. You know, we're having good talks. So we'll see what happens. I think there's a good chance that something can happen. And if it does, good. If it doesn't, we go back to doing what we were doing 2 days ago.
The U.S. has paused attacks after targeting Iranian areas in response to Iran firing at ships in the Strait of Hormuz. The Trump administration is preparing to ramp up funding by hundreds of millions of dollars for programs designed to counter China's growing influence worldwide. The administration notified Congress late last week that it intends to spend $175.8 million to replace outdated and aging undersea telecommunications cables in the Caribbean and Central America to prevent China from moving in. This is SRN News. The State Department promotes life.
One of the first tasks
Let's talk about the great
says
debate.
has been assigned to him by President Trump is eliminating all U.S. aid dollars going to any foreign organization or group that promotes abortion. Rubio has announced sweeping restrictions on funding for overseas abortion NGOs, which will impact up to $30 billion in aid. These new restrictions build on the work that American pro-life groups have been doing for years in Africa. Michael Harrington reporting.
Church groups in Cuba have begun distributing hundreds of boxes of humanitarian aid from the U.S. in 2 towns near the capital. The aid is being handed out in this way because the Trump administration does not trust the communist government to do the job. Church officials say the food and hygiene kits will be distributed to the most vulnerable Cuban families first. The boxes contain enough food to meet a family's needs for 10 days. This is SRN News.
You're worried about the words you use to call criminals, because there's a certain stigma they don't want criminals to have to deal with.
Could we talk about something else?
I'm going to give you information that's going to make you have to make a decision, have to do something about what's going on in this country.
Something resembling anything.
If you want to get involved in the conversation, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Check out my classic podcast. There's so much going on the website, but do something. Get involved.
The Joe Messina Show.
Welcome back to another session of what I call it. Session of Sanity. Right here on the Joe Messina Show. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Look, get involved, get engaged. Truly be part of the solution, right? You just want to make sure that you're doing the right thing, that you're paying attention, that you know what's happening, right? And when you get that information, you know what to do with it. You're not stupid people. I would hope not. Listening to this show, I would hope not. Right? And as I said before, there is so much going on. It's hard to keep up with it. And you're actually not expected to. You're expecting me to, because when you tune in at night, or during the day, or whenever it is that you tune in, you're expecting to hear the information from me, are you not? Yep, you are. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732. Oh, that'll work. 5563. Like I said, there is a lot happening. There's a lot you want to get involved with. Where was I? Hey, and listen, and if you truly Want more people to talk to other than yourself and listening to me? Just head over to the chat room. You'll find it at ZOMessina.com, ZOMessina.com. And you know what? I say it, I mean it in all sincerity. The smarter people than I am in there, you can have some fun with them and try to keep up on the conversation. Cracker Barrel, remember they had their disastrous upgrade? Yeah, they were going to go woke. Apparently the person they hired to take on the reins wasn't paying much attention. She really didn't understand what Cracker Barrel was all about. They had a disastrous rebrand, reversed it all very shortly after they started, and it cost the company CEO her job at this point. The restaurant announced Monday that CEO Julie Massino, not related, not even close, is stepping down after a turbulent 3-year tenure marked by a modernization campaign that sparked backlash from longtime customers. It also drew criticism from President Trump and ultimately forced the company to reverse course. Now, Massino will be replaced August 10th by David Dino, the former CEO of Bloomin' Brands, parent company of Outback Steakhouse. Dino, a restaurant industry veteran with 4 decades of experience, will also join the Cracker Barrel board. Massino will remain in an advisory role through October 9th to assist with the leadership transition. The leadership shakeup comes nearly a year after Cracker Barrel's effort to modernize its iconic image. You don't screw with the logo right away. It's not the first thing you do. Anyhow, the New York Post reported Massino's departure, followed by the collapse of the chain's woke rebrand initiative, which removed the familiar Uncle Herschel mascot from the company's logo. Brighten the restaurants reduced the signature, and that whole antique decor they were changing. It was going to become another restaurant, right? Because they wanted to appeal to younger diners. No, the younger diners are already have their places they go to. Right? This place is for people that grew up in this, right? Now, the backlash prompted the company to abandon many of the changes within days of what she wanted to do. And the company redesigned logo, erased the familiar old-timer imagery, right? Because we had to make it for young people, right? Anyway, the rollout, this is funny. It wiped $94 million off the company's market value in a single trading day. Shares plummeted, while critics accused the management of abandoning the chain's Americana roots. Of course it did. We can't have that. You ever notice that? They hate us. They hate everything you know this to be true. They hate everything we stand for. And Trump, he was the loudest. Right? He begged them to go back to their old logo. You know, it's a heritage that made that chain stand out, what that chain stood for. And the customers were really out of their minds with it. Anyway, I get a big kick out of this stuff. You don't need a college degree to figure it out. Right? I mean, seriously. Mitch McConnell puts out a new proof of... Oh, this is sad. Mitch McConnell. Today, he put out a new picture of himself. Really wasn't that new. I'm thinking he's not in the shape they try to make it look like he's in. The AI imagery, the facial expression, very close to the same. His wife standing there with the same facial expression on, pretty much. Right? And look, I don't wish a negative on the guy. The office said a Mitch McConnell and Senate attending physician released updates about the senator's condition on Monday as wild speculation came about his health. As President Trump pressed Majority Leader John Thune to get his voter ID bill passed in the Senate, a press release from McConnell's office included a photo of the 84-year-old smiling and his wife's former Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao. He said, I am still working Hard to get back to my full schedule of work at the Senate in Kentucky. It's a very intense schedule. You know, time to go home. Really, seriously. Go home, relax. Joe Messina, your host. Don't go far. A lot more coming up after the break.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each pure ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
You've been working hard, doing the right thing, and paying your taxes, and putting your hard-earned money in the Medicare piggy bank all your life. And now it's time to break the piggy bank and get something back. Medicare. If you didn't know it, Medicare is health insurance for people over 65, and you paid for it with your tax dollars. Medicare plans now have more benefits than ever. That's good news, especially if you're like me and looking forward to paying as little as possible for good health insurance. Call and find out what Medicare plan is best for you. Save your time. It's valuable. We've already done the research for you, and in one quick phone call, you can learn how to get the best Medicare plan designed exactly for you. Hey, it's one of the most important decisions in your life. Let us help you through it. Here's our number. Call 65 Plus Medicare now. 800-778-8214. 800-778-8214. That's 800-778-8214. Can your IRA stand up to the next financial crisis that our top economists are saying is at our doorsteps? By allocating a percentage of your IRA into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns by putting your IRA back on the gold standard. Find out how to safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Call now for your free gold and silver report. Protect your IRA today with one simple phone call and learn how to qualify for up to $10,000 in free silver. Call Genesis Gold Group, empowering faith-driven stewardship. 800-504-1123. 800-504-1123. 800-504-1123. That's 800-504-1123.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
Attention timeshare owners. Tired of the financial stress? Were you misled by the salesperson? Don't or can't use your timeshare anymore? If any of these apply to you, then you may qualify for timeshare cancellation and get the relief you need now. Timeshare Defense Attorneys is the #1 affordable fixed-fee legal solution in the country, with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. That's certainly better than my grades. They even offer a 100% client satisfaction guarantee. Let one of their experienced lawyers evaluate your case and explain the process. If they take you as a client, they'll work on your case until it's resolved in your favor, guaranteed. Expect great service and a close working relationship with your lawyer, keeping you informed every step of the way, protecting your rights, interests, and even your credit. It's that simple. Even a kid like me can understand it. The consultation is free. Call today.
800-875-1853. 800-875-1853. That's 800-875-1853.
I married your mother because I wanted children. Imagine my disappointment when you arrived.
We're back at it again. Joe Bassini, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Like I say, get involved, get engaged. Be part of the solution. Got to be part of the solution. Right? I mean, seriously. Got to be part of the solution. You got to make sure that you have the clue, that you have the information you need. Hey, just out, if you look at Chinese, like I can't read it, but Chinese state media is pumping the Dems up. They're talking about how much the Dems are good for the country. They're doing the right stuff. They're trying to build trade, keep us out of wars. I'm going, wow. And we should listen to them. Why? I'm just trying to find out. I'm just trying to figure this one out. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, AlfonZo Rachel joins me as he does pretty much every week. Always appreciate his time with us. And so, the Chinese. Yeah, we should maybe take. Never mind. I can't even try to make it make sense. Anyhow. Yep.
Yeah. You're gonna have. I guess you're gonna have a good time, man. Trying to make it make sense. That's a brain teaser for you.
Well, I might. I might be able to go back to using a little dope. It's the only way I can get that to make sense. I mean, seriously.
We're talking about the Chinese, man. You got to go for that opium. Don't you can't just.
There you go.
Or let's talk about.
Gotta go for the good stuff. Yeah. Dopium is what we should go for.
There
you go. Anyway, God, I can't stand it. I find all this stuff. All right, one of your favorite people is in the news.
Oh boy.
Dylan Mulvaney. I guess that's a male and female name. I don't know. She went after. It went after. They went after. I don't even know. The best way to do this, really. Mulvaney went after U.S. President Donald Trump after he mocked a trans advocate. And Mulvaney went on to say, my name is Dylan Mulvaney. Oh, the president said, I can't do it like he can, but, the president said it like 4 times. It was so cool, right? God.
Not bad, man.
I've been working on that for a while. What can I tell you? So,
how tight did you have to put on your pants to get that?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Very. Okay. And I had to pull the strings really tight, too. But, there you go. So, anyhow, but Mulvaney went on to say, why is it so important to them that I don't find success? What is it that I have that they don't? Mulvaney asked. Oh, my God. Freedom. I have freedom. They don't have freedom like I have freedom. I can't do this. I'm going to choke on my own tongue.
I'm about to choke on my own barf, man. I mean,
seriously.
Stop, man.
Anyhow,
no more.
Still of no consequence. Still doesn't mean much of anything. And concluded the video that Mulvaney put up directly to Trump saying, to the president, thank you for reminding me that I am more powerful than I ever knew. And to quote my favorite recording artist, Shay Diamond, I am an American. Have a nice day.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Sweet
Yeah,
Jesus, save me.
Hey, man, if you were more powerful than we ever knew, then you should have the power to resist that insanity that you're twisted up with, man. I mean, I wonder if maybe him and what's that kid that freaked out, man, because the cop was like calling him he, and he's just like screaming at the top of his lungs, she. Okay.
That was yeah. Say it. Stop.
Right.
I mean,
My like
God.
Like going off like Sam Kinison or something like that. Say it. Right. So, I mean, not trying to make fun. Maybe a little bit. You know, not trying to make.
Yeah, me too. I got it. Yeah.
And our prayers go out to you, man. I mean, we really hope that you receive. If he heard me right now, he'd be freaking out, like shit. But like a demon being called out of somebody's body. But for real, man, you need Jesus. Hope you receive the Lord's peace and truth. It's all around you, man. Just go ahead and grab onto it. But yeah, Dylan Mulvaney talking about being empowered and being free. It's like, no, man, you are definitely shackled to a fantasy. And you ain't gonna shackle me to your fantasy. I know you're a dude. It's like you may not be very manly and all that sort of stuff. What was like Eddie Murphy talking about Michael Jackson, who is very talented and can sing, but not the most masculine fella in the world. So with Dylan Mulvaney, yeah, man, no, you're not really powerful. I mean, in a way to use your power. If your power is if you think that your superpower is like getting on people's nerves, that's a really dumb use of power, if you will. Your power is more like a black hole, and a black hole exists because of weakness. Actually, it wasn't able to sustain its own gravity and it collapsed. Yep. And that kind of weakness, yeah, it's like a negative power. It's not a positive power. It's a very negative power, and it's compromising. So that's not really something to be proud of, if you will. So there you go, Dylan. Hope you really need Jesus, cuz.
Yes, he does, and not the gardener, the Savior. Seriously. So just to clarify, anyhow.
Wait, what was that? Just to clarify what?
I said he needs the Savior, not the gardener.
Well, actually, I thought that's what you said, but I'd like to make a distinction about that, folks. This is a very important moment when we talk. Wait, never mind. I'm gonna go off the rails because you're talking about Jesus the gardener.
Yes, exactly.
Oh. You gonna make man? Don't get me in trouble, man. You gonna get me in trouble? It's like
so. My gardener's name is Jesus, and the other day, when he called me to tell me that he wasn't going to be able to make it this Thursday, what comes up on the phone is Jesus calling.
Man, I'm getting ready to wax all theological and stuff like that, man. And you pulled me into like a...
You like that, huh?
Get us in trouble with some stereotypes, man.
Well, don't be like the other people in my life not listening to me. It's okay. I don't mind, but...
Maybe the problem was I was paying too much attention to what
there
you
you go.
were saying.
You were listening to every little word that I said. So
Joe's gonna pull me into gonna sucker me into a stereotype, man. We gonna get in trouble, man.
I'm not gonna get in trouble. You're gonna get in trouble. Hey, look, I didn't tell him that. He did that all by himself. I had nothing to do with that. All right. Here's one for you, but we're going to go to break, so I'm going to give you the bottom of the hour to stew over this. California is looking to push to add Black English to the school's multilingual education programs. And a group of left-wing in California, they're pushing for schools to add Black vernacular into a Golden State program. We'll be back in a few minutes. Maybe you can help me. I'm trying not to make fun. Maybe there is a Black vernacular that I'm not familiar with. We'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go far.
Attention homeowners. It's not if something's going to break, it's when. That's home ownership. If your dryer, your refrigerator, or your AC and heating breaks, that's an expensive call. And who do you call? Make it easy on yourself and call Choice Home Warranty. We've already done the research and have access to 25,000 technicians that can be at your home quickly. We've covered close to 2 million homes in the United States. There's a good chance your neighbors work with us. Call us right now before the next breakdown. We'll tell you everything that's covered in your home and give you the first month free with our ironclad 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now and learn how to get your free month.
800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. That's 800-378-2250.
Limitations and exclusions apply. First month free with purchase of single plan. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for more details.
Life is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. But here's one thing you can control: making sure your loved ones are protected if the unexpected happens. At EasyPlans.com, we make getting life insurance, well, easy. In just a few minutes, you can apply online and buy direct. No awkward phone calls, no confusing jargon, and no agent will contact you unless you request help. Just clear, affordable coverage, designed to fit your life and your budget. Fast approval, flexible plans, and unlike other online insurance sites, Easy Plans won't sell your information to others. So no endless phone calls and text messages. Whether you're just starting a family, buying a home, or thinking ahead, EasyPlans.com has you covered. EasyPlans.com. We make buying life insurance, well, easy.
America's News Update, I'm John Schaefer. The government shutdown is now in its fourth week, hitting millions of Americans. On Saturday, food assistance funding will run out for more than 40 million people. Flight delays are also rising, with more than 1,000 reported today as air traffic control faces staffing shortages. The Senate failed to pass a short-term spending bill for the 13th time. A new report shows strong private sector job growth over the past 4 weeks. ADP says preliminary data indicates an average of more than 14,000 jobs added per week through October 11th, a big improvement from September. Due to the government shutdown, ADP will now release 4-week employment averages every Tuesday. Hurricane Melissa is pounding Jamaica, marking one of the strongest landfalls on record in the Atlantic. The storm is bringing life-threatening flooding, heavy rainfall, and landslides across the western part of the island.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
Austin Powers always defeats me because he has Joe. Joe? Joe. The life force, the essence, the right stuff. What the French call a certain, I don't know what.
We are back at it again. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, truly be part of the solution. And you need to be part of the solution. And you do that by getting informed. Right? You get informed, you get engaged, You open up that line. As long as you know the facts and you understand the facts, you can open up that line of conversation and hold your own without and do it without sticking your finger in people's faces. That gets you nowhere. Does absolutely nothing for you. Right? I mean, seriously. Anyway, or you can just send me an email, joe@joemessina.com, joe@joemessina.com. Okay, let's bring him back. AlfonZo Rachel joins me again, as he does every week. We love to refer to him as ZO. ZO is the host of the ZOpium Den, the ZO Loft, and the Anti-Fuddy Duddy Bible Study. Yeah, you say that 5 times fast.
How do we type that into the search bar?
Yeah, well, you know the translator for the video is going, huh? What? What do I do with that? Anyhow, so really, truly, a whole bunch of stuff. Now, look, before we went to break, I told you about this, and I know you're not surprised because it's California, right? So a group of radical left-wing groups in California is pushing for some schools to add black vernacular into a Golden State program that pushes multilingualism for kids. I wonder if they'll put the Italian stuff in there, like, forget about it, stuff like that, if they'll put that in there. Anyway, Black Californians United for Early Care and Education, called it looks like it's Black X. It's wrong. But anyway, it's a collaborative partnership of organizations committed to advancing language justice for black children in early childhood education. The groups include Californians Together, Catalyst California, and Early Edge. A co-founder of the umbrella group said that she was teased as a kid for talking too white. And she doesn't want black children today to be shamed for talking too white by speaking proper English. Now, when you're done throwing up, Zoe, I'd like to know how you feel about this. Go ahead.
All
Have
right,
fun.
yeah.
It's all yours. Go for it.
I think a little bit of that barf shot up into my sinuses, man. Okay. Well, the rebellious left, because there is no such thing as a radical leftist. The rebellious left they're exactly what the Constitution describes and what the Bible describes. Are at it again. This whole thing with the language. I guess we're revisiting Ebonics or whatever. We got to go back to Ebonics.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All this. The short story is all this stuff is designed to spur resentment. Okay. This constant narrative of racism that is designed by the left is really just to get people to get tired and resentful of black people, because this stuff is just ongoing, particularly white Republican voters. It's to drive a wedge deeper and deeper to where it's like, dude, we're just so sick and tired of hearing about all this black stuff. I don't know what to do with myself. And it's like it's just constantly just scratching at it until the Republican voters look and sound like the racists that Democrats have always accused them of being. It also works on black folks. The strategy for black folks is what I've been dealing with ever since I was a kid back in the 70s. And this has been going on even further back than that. If you sound like you got some sense, if you are able to make good, if you have a good degree of command over the English language, then you're accused of sounding white. But what is it to have this command over the English language? If you sound like you're what? Freaking smart? If you sound like you got some sense, if you sound like you're smart and you pronounce and announce words correctly and stuff like that, and you're able to draw upon these words and use them in succession to eloquently convey your point, you sound like you're being white. Well, what does that mean? I guess that means if I sound like I'm stupid, then I'm being black, and I qualify as being black. I've dealt with this ever since I was a child. When I was in elementary school, I used to get that. You sound like you being white or something. Why? Because I sound like I got some sense? Because I sound like I've got an expanded vocabulary? I sound like I'm being white? What do I have to do to fit along with y'all? I gotta sound like I'm stupid? I've known about, and this is, it's sad, y'all, that we haven't broken free from this. And the thing is, one of the reasons why the Democrats made sure that people like me aren't heard anymore is because don't want stuff like this to be reported to the black community, so the rest of the black community has an epiphany and be like, yeah, because it happens. I've gone and I've taught on these things and have people have that moment. It's like, yeah, that is true, huh? We get picked on because we actually try to sound like we have some sense, and then we get picked on and treated like we're trying to be white or something.
Okay, I know you're hot under the collar there, and this is the best time to ask you these questions. What is this all about? And again, I'm my heart, so I'm not putting down the black community, but I know that growing up in the Italian community, there was always a push to speak better, to learn more, to be better. Never because you wanted to be more white. I heard that in the Asian community. I actually heard that in the Hispanic community. They want their kid, but the black community. Is it what's been done to them over the years? Help me understand as a white guy.
Absolutely. It is a cultural engineering, but the thing is, it's like a petri dish that is kept and controlled by white liberal Democrats, the white liberal elite. They control these areas. They need black folks to think this way. You understand, folks?
Yeah.
It's like, this isn't something that's just inherent with black people. All right, this is what, and see, there's a narrative that's going out there that this is just how black people are. No, it's conditioning. And Democrats have made sure that this conditioning stays the way that it is to keep the black community as a voter stock. That's why this stuff stays this way. And to draw a divide, to widen the divide between blacks and Republicans, because they used to be unified. Democrats have come in and have driven a divide. Because if Democrats lose the black vote and they lose the ability to use black votes as a way to steer the sentiment of the nation and get sympathy votes for the causes that they want, whether it's border policy, economic policy, abortion issues, LGBT, you name it. They use black folks for that. And they have to keep black folks thinking a certain way. Most of the Republican Party doesn't understand this. They think that we're just inherently this way. We're not. And Republicans don't know what to do about it. So the easy way out is just to say that, well, blacks are just, easily manipulated. Or just this is just the way that they are.
If I can interject, nobody is inherently anyway. They're taught to be a certain way. They're taught to be. I won't mention her name, but I have one aunt. All my life, I heard from her, you're just a worker. You go to work. You keep your boss happy. You feed your family. You're nothing special. We're blessed to be here. There was nothing. That was a ceiling. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't be more because you came from immigrants. Where a lot of the rest of my family were, no. We didn't come here to be C or C minus. We came here so you'd have the ability to be an A plus person. So. Those are the ones that drove us, not the one voice,
Right, and it's unfortunate, with the black community conditioned that if you do try to do these things, you're just trying to be white.
White, yeah, I don't get, yeah, okay.
And that's something to be ashamed of. It's like, dude, there's no shame in trying to better yourself or excel. I remember Farrakhan talking about this. Like, Farrakhan would tell his congregation, if you're trying to be educated, you're trying to do this, and you're trying to do that, then the white man's got control of you. And then for those in the congregation who are trying to say that, well, white man doesn't have control of me. I've got my doctorate. I'm an educated, man. And Farrakhan, his answer to that is the white man's definitely got control over you.
Yeah, sick.
It's sick. Very sick. It's conditioning, because in this, we're taught that we have to be affirmed and we have to have this self-determination and things like that as a black person and separate from in any way from white people. And it's a dumb, caustic conditioning.
Yeah, again, being the white guy, as people like to call me, you sit there and you say, my God, you think about what the black community has been through, where they've come from, showing the potential of what any group, not just a black group, but showing the potential of any group who really wants to make a change can do so. They've done it. And yet you still have a very large group embedded in the home or in the community that say, no, you can't do that. because we don't want you to look too white. We're going for a break. Be back in a few minutes. I'll give him time to calm down. We'll be right back.
Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you go to use it, it's not very absorbent? That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. The 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. And right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, and enter promo code USA, or call 800-951-8175. That's MyPillow.com, promo code USA.
Take as little as 3 minutes to see if you could save on motorcycle insurance with Progressive. Come on, you've spent more time than that trying to name your bike.
How about the Crusher? I guess it's not really crushing anything. The Silver Bolt? No. Oh, what about Pepper? Mysterious. Is it a pet or a condiment? Surprise! It's a motorcycle. No, that's stupid.
Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Do you have a story to tell? Bring your story to life with audiobooks. Great stories deserve great storytelling. Audiobook Network provides professional voice actors and full production services for every author's manuscript. From narration, production, and editing to distribution, promotion, and sales, Audiobook Network handles everything. If you have a print book, ebook, or even a manuscript, call Audiobook Network now and get our free audiobook guide. 800-734-1229, 800-734-1229.
I'd like to introduce you to our new sponsor, Get the Tea. Get the Tea carries all natural, non-GMO organic teas and supplements made in the USA. Get the Tea's ingredients are the purest available. My favorite is Life Change Tea. Life Change Tea is a gentle daily cleanse containing 12 herbs that when combined really keep things moving. I drink it every day and my energy has never been better. I'm feeling great. Life Change Tea comes in 3 delicious flavors, natural, peppermint, and pomegranate. It's an easy and delicious way to keep your digestion on track. And for those on the go, try D365. D365 is Life Change Tea in a capsule. Drink the tea or take D365 capsules and keep your digestion running smoothly. Go to getthetea.com and enter discount code USA to get 10% off any size order. That's getthetea.com, discount code USA for 10% off your order.
Okay, I'm talking funny because I'm in the witness protection program. I have too much credit card debt and I don't want people to find me.
Okay, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about credit card debt. Right, those plastic things that we all have in our wallet. Are you in your 50s or 60s and you're still carrying around a mound of credit card debt? Wouldn't it be nice to start banking that money and save a little money for retirement down the road? We help people restructure their credit card debt all the time. We show people how they can get out of credit card debt in months, not years. Listen, you'll be carrying around credit card debt for the rest of your life unless you deal with it right now. We offer a free consultation so you can learn how you can finally wipe out your credit card debt and start saving money. Give us a free call right now.
Call Debt Solutions Network now. 866-451-3328. 866-451-3328. That's 866-451-3328.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you test and inject daily, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. That's 800-471-7065.
Attention. This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
800-362-9337. 800-362-9337. That's 800-362-9337.
Can't you see what I'm trying to tell you? I love you. Why don't you marry me?
Why, marry you?
You take me and I'll take a vacation. I'll need a vacation if we're going to get married.
We're back at it again. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855 Real Joe. 855-732-5563. I think he's taking his oxygen shots, so he should be okay now. AlfonZo Rachel joins us. We lovingly refer to him as Zo. I always appreciate my time with him. And he is the host of the ZOpium Den, the Anti-Fuddy Duddy Bible Study, and the ZO Loft. And Zo, tell people, I got to tell you something, dude. I know you don't want to hear this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I was getting notices when you would come up. So I'd be able to push it aside and then go grab it later on. When I was winding down, I'm not getting them anymore again. So you just need to know that in case you need to check into it for whatever reason.
Yeah, those notices, they come and go. They usually go more than they come, but
no kidding, right?
Yeah.
Oh God. Anyhow, how do people get your stuff? Find out about the ZO Loft, find out about the ZOpium Den, and even the Anti-Fuddy Duddy Bible Study. I enjoy that too.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's right, folks. The ZOpium Den is the house of the Anti-Fuddy Duddy Bible Study, and these things are
I can't imagine you doing anything fuddy duddy. Seriously. I don't care what it is, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I am a fuddy duddy in a way, man. It's like when I am a fuddy duddy, it's still anti-fuddy duddy.
Okay,
man.
I was going to say that. I mean, I'll match your fuddy duddy any day of the week, I'm sure.
I'm like that song by Adam Ant, man. Don't drink, don't smoke, what do you do? But anyway, yeah, bronzeserpentmedia.com, folks. If you want to drop by and let me know that you heard and saw me on the Joe Messina Show. We're trying to build our media ministry, y'all. We want to bring you, creative works, based on the Word of God. That's a script that we don't take liberties with, man. We roll with the Lord exactly or at least, we try to, and we beg of Him for His counsel to stay in school with Him. But we want to be creative with how we deliver the things, of the Word of God. So, we build it on His foundation. He says what He says what He means, and we keep it right there. But we want to be creative with how we deliver, whether it's through music or whether it's through comedies or science fiction, whichever. That's what we want to do at Bronze Serpent Media. So we hope you support.
Yeah, it's I've been reading a lot of these little cracks in the dike, I'll put it that way, when it comes to pastors. This weekend alone, I think there was one person who actually walked out of a service, and she said the pastor actually had an AI bot reading scripture. And I was thinking to myself, you have the whole congregation sitting there. All you got to do is say, open your book to this, this, and this, and let's all read together. But he had an AI bot reading it. I mean, if scripture has become that boring to you, if you're not that excited, I can't imagine. And you could appreciate this. If I had the opportunity to preach in front of 25, 50, 100, 150, 1,000 people, I'd jump all over that. The AI bot could go pound sand, right?
Yeah, I guess that's where we're headed, man. It's like we're going to have C-3PO walk out there and give you a sermon.
and now the gospel according to...
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's I think you nailed it, man. It's like, wow, is a sermon that like is the word of God that boring to you? Where it's like, man, I'm just gonna take a nap while AI just go ahead and reads. Nah. Yeah, this got to stop, man. It's got to stop.
I tell people that it's such a privilege, an honor, and exciting to be able to share the word with others. And these pastors, maybe the problem is they do it too long. They get to do it too much, and I don't know. Does the excitement go away for them? Is it just same old? Because I notice a lot of times some of these pastors, when you flick it through the TV station or whatever, they're pretty much teaching exactly on the same thing. Now, some people will say it's because the Spirit's moving them. Others would say there's a book of sermons and they're just on that sermon for that week.
Well, yeah, it's, you know what, folks, the Bible is gonna, or being a Christian, I guess, is gonna get boring to a lot of people when the search in the scriptures, if you even look in the scriptures at all, but if you're the search in the church house, right, is about you. You are going to get bored with yourself, all right? Because a lot of Christians, a multitude of Christians are there because it's about them. They want to feel loved and accepted and special and all that sort of stuff. They want their esteem boosted. They just really want to hear a motivational speaking sermon, I guess with the theme, with the trappings of Jesus or something like that. And they only love Jesus because somehow this Jesus makes them feel special, right? And you know what? That's going to get really boring at some point. You know what makes Jesus interesting to me all the time? Jesus. You go in the Word. If you look for the Lord in the Bible, you go looking for Him. You're gonna find it, and it's gonna blow your mind every time, right? I don't blow my mind, man. I can get bored of myself pretty quick. But Yeshua, oh man, I'm not looking in the Word to feel special or have my esteem boosted or feel cleansed of my past and all that sort of stuff. Which, don't get me wrong, folks, those things are important, and the Lord is definitely great for that. But it's even better for you if you look for Him according to who He says He is. You get your mind around that, and everything else falls into place way better.
Oh, yeah, no question about it. I mean, and, the people, when you start to tell a story, right, a biblical story, and the people say, I heard that before. Oh, I know that story, right? Almost like they don't need to hear it. And I joke with people, I must have read the story of Abraham 60 times, going up the mountain. And I told you this. I said, and one time out of the 60, what slapped me right in the head like a baseball bat is when Abraham says, we will be back. And I was like, hot dang. He knew going up there that everything was going to be okay, that he was coming back with his son, that God was going to provide, and it was good. And I even joked about it with the guys I was with. I said, that doesn't take any faith. He knew. There's a big difference. Faith, you don't really know. You kind of bank it on the fact. When I know when I put that key in the car, unless the battery's dead, but I put that key in the car and turn the key, it's going to start. So, but like I said, I mean, it took quite a few times, whether my mindset was there or not, for that to jump off the page and say, hey, fool, look at this. So when anybody says, yeah, I heard that story, they're not interested in learning. They're not interested in the word is just kind of the word. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And these same kind of people think that, God is just, He wants us to believe in Him on blind faith, just believe in Him because His book says so. It's like Abraham, just like you said, he knew that he was going to come back with his son. In some capacity, God was not going to, leave him short. The thing is that, folks, that wasn't blind faith. No. God wasn't just a God who just showed up and said, hey, take your son up the hill and kill him. Abraham has interacted with God before, multiple times. All right, God has shown Himself. He's shown His might, and He showed Abraham things before. So when God says, take your son up the hill, and put him to the sword, Abraham's like, I can do that. Yeah, I'll do it. One, I know as God, the true God, you don't accept human sacrifice anyway. That's why I follow you. You're not like any other god, any other deity, or any of these idols that these people worship who sacrifice their children to them. You don't do that. So if you say, take my son up the hill and sacrifice him, yeah, I'll humor you. I'll go ahead, I'll pull out the blade, I'll bring the dagger down. But I know that you don't accept human sacrifice.
Yep.
So,
yeah, no, I mean, like I said, it is, my point with some people is when the word becomes so mundane, you start going, yeah, I know that story. Okay, I know that story. Don't do that. Read it again with an open mind that God's going to reveal something else to you, something you may have missed the first time. Because, besides, if you were that smart and you were that tuned into God's word, you'd be on his left side, Jesus would be on the right. I mean, nobody is there. So, you know where I'm coming from when I say that. Just amazing to me. So, anyhow. I got this one this weekend, which I thought was hilarious. So there's a new Pennsylvania law. They had to make a law about this, right? That says you can't discriminate for a job because somebody has dreadlocks. So apparently now dreadlocks and certain hairstyles, I guess people weren't getting hired because they were black and had these things. And I'm thinking to myself, is that a problem? I can see it being a problem like in a factory, any kind of long hair, not just dread. I mean, any kind of something, unless you can hold it back or do whatever. But we have to make a law about this? Really?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just curious. I mean, honestly curious.
There's two sides to it. Okay, so
Got about 30 seconds. Sorry. Go ahead.
People need to understand that if a person has a business, that's their property. And if they're going to have people working there, they have a right to, have discernment about who's going to uphold their image and all that sort of stuff. You're not entitled to tell a business that you have to accept certain things. And on the flip side, for a business, a person does kind of have a right to be who they are. And dreadlocks,
sure.
If it's not going to compromise how they do their job, then leave it alone. You might be passing up a really good employee.
Right. Don't be a jackwagon about it,
Yeah.
Yeah, anyhow. All right. BronzeSerpentMedia.com. BronzeSerpentMedia.com. Find the ZO Man there, and we'll have him back next week. God bless, ZO. Appreciate what you do, man.
Thank you. You too.
All right, Joe Messina, your host. Be back with you in just a little bit. Don't go far.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Ryan Routh, found guilty of trying to assassinate Donald Trump at his Florida golf course in 2024, has been sentenced to life in prison.
Judge Aileen Cannon